So today I will create one requirement and I will explain you that requirement. Okay. So
Okay.
first I'll create the problem. I'll create the requirement. So my requirement is calculate the sum of salary for each department. Calculate the sum of salary for each department. Department wise I want to calculate the sum of the salary. Okay.
Okay.
Where department number is where department number equal to a department number greater than 10. Okay, so this is my question. See my question. So calculate the sum of salary for each department where department number greater than 10 and don't consider duplicate employees. Okay.
Okay.
So if we have a employee, for example, if we have a Naresh two times, or employee number 1234 1234, if we have two times, then we don't require to consider two times. We have to consider only one time. Okay. So to satisfy this particular requirement, so what we can do? So first step, first I'll prepare the steps. So first step is I want to read the data from EMP table, right? So what is the second step? EMP table or EMP file. I mean, for example, my data, if my data is in table, then I want to extract from table. If my data is in file, I want to extract from the file. Okay. Second
Okay.
step. So what would be my second step? So my second step would be here. If you see, there are number of questions in the same problem. So sum of salary. It means I want to perform the aggregation. And here see where department number equal to 10, department number greater than 10, so it means I want to perform some filtering condition. And don't consider duplicate employees, so it means I want to remove the duplicates. So here first step is I want to filter the data on department number greater than 10. Third step will be remove the duplicate records on employee number. Fourth step will be calculate calculate the sum of. Fifth step will be load the data into output. So any questions as of now? I want to perform all these steps to satisfy the particular requirement. So there are 5 steps. So first of all, what I will do is I'll create some sample data. So my data will be, I'm just creating the data here. In local disk files. So here I am just creating the sample data. So this is my sample data. So my file name is emp.txt. So emp.txt is my input file. So in this file, I have, let us assume the data. I'm just creating the sample data. So my data is employee number, department number, salary. I have 3 columns in my table. Okay, employee number, department number, salary. So employee number is 1234, department number 10, salary is 1000. Employee number 1235, department number 20, salary 2000. Employee number 1236, department number 30, salary 3000. Employee number 1237, department number 30 again, salary 4000. Employee number 1234 again, department number 10, salary 10,000, salary 1000. See here, so I have data like this. See, there are 2 employees with the same employee number. So I don't want to consider 2 employees. I want to consider only an employee. And see, department number 10 is only 1 record because I don't want to consider this. 20 I have only 1, so this record needs to be displayed. 30 I have 2, so department number 30 I want to calculate the sum of salary as 7,000, 4 plus 3. Okay, so this is my input data. Any questions so far? So here, first I will prepare the design. So my data is available in the file. So I'm just taking the sequential file stage. Okay, my data is available in the file. So I just taking the sequential file stage. After the sequential file stage, see the steps. So in this step I satisfied. So it means I'm just reading the data from the file. Second step will be filter the data on department number greater than 10. So I want to filter the data. So to filter out the data, I have a filter stage. So this is the filter stage to perform the filter condition. So this is the link. So after filtering the data, I want to perform the remove duplicates and employee number. So here I will remove the duplicate records by using the remove duplicate stage. There is a remove duplicate stage to remove the duplicate records. And then after removing the duplicates, what would be the fourth step? Calculate the sum of the salary. So sum of the salary, what is sum of the salary? Sum of the salary is an aggregate function. So to calculate the aggregate functions, we have the aggregator stage. So this is the aggregator stage. And then after creating the aggregation, so I want to load the data into output file. So output file, I'm just using dataset. So this is also one type of file. I'll explain now. So we need to load the data into output file. 1 second. So this is my required job design. Questions?
Naresh, hello.
Yeah, tell me. As of now, I think I didn't share my screen.
Naresh, yeah, I was about to tell the same thing. Did you share the screen to us?
Not yet, yeah. I'm just creating my own and explaining, keep on explaining.
I couldn't find the screen and I was thinking that there was some issue with my net. So that's why.
So I'm just repeating it. See.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. So calculate the sum of salary for each department. Department number greater than 10 and don't consider duplicate employees. This is my problem.
Okay.
So to satisfy this problem, I just created the steps. So first step will be I want to read the data from a file. Second step, I want to filter out the department number greater than 10 records. Third step, I want to remove the duplicate and employee number. Third step, I want to calculate the sum of salary. Fifth step, load the data into the target file. So these are the steps I have to perform to satisfy this particular requirement, right?
Okay.
And then I have created some sample data. See, this is the employee number, department number and salary. So this is the sample data, okay? So this data I will use as a input. So this data is available in the emp.txt file. So I'm just taking one file stage to read the data from a file. And what is the second step? The second step is filtering the data. So to filter the data, I have a filter stage in the processing activity, filter stage. So I just take in the filter stage. Third step, I want to remove the duplicate records. So this remove duplicate stage I am taking from the processing activity. This is the remove duplicate stage. Fourth step will be I want to calculate the sum of salary. So sum of salary is an aggregate function. So here we have the aggregator stage. I'm just taking the aggregator stage. And then the final step will be I want to load the data into output file. So then I am using the data set to store the data. So this is my job design. So here now I will configure each and every stage one by one. So first I am just opening the sequential file stage. Any questions so far?
No.
I thought I was already sharing the screen, so that's why I was keep on explaining. Yeah. So here see, here it is asking for the file name. So click on the browse. So browse for file. So this is my file, right? So I'm just selecting the full qualified path. So the file name along with the full path. And then read method. There are two methods. So we can read the data from a single file or by using a file pattern. So in this requirement, I'm using just a specific file. So what is meaning of file pattern? File pattern means, for example, if you want to read the data from multiple files with the same type of name like employee 1, employee 2, employee 3, employee 4 like that, we can use by using a pattern, EMP star. It's a pattern matching. And then, so first line is the column name. So it's depending on the data. So here the first line is the column name, right? Then we have to select the first line is the column name true. The first line will be considered as a column name. It's not a data. And then this is not required, this is not required, these are not required, we can keep it as it is. And then go to format tab. So we need to define the format of the file. So here if you see the file, so each line is differentiated in the new line, right? So each line is mentioned in the new line. So the final delimiter, record level final delimiter will be end. It means each line is closing here. There is nothing here. And next line will be started in the new line. And then field level delimiter. So what is a field level delimiter? So each field is separated with comma. Each field is separated with comma. So the field level delimiter will be comma only. And if you have anything else other than comma, we can mention here. These are the available properties, and apart from this, we can add anything. If we have, based on the structure of the file. And then, do we have any single quotes or double quotes in the data? No, we don't have any. So quotes, we don't have any. So here we can just mention none. I don't have any single quotes or double quotes. And then go to columns. So here we can manually enter the structure of the file. So the structure of the file we can manually enter, or yesterday I already showed you how to import the structures. Yesterday I just explained you how to import the structures from a table. Now I will show you how to import the structures from a file. Click on import table definitions. There is a sequential file definitions option to import the file structures. Click on sequential file definitions. So simply select the path of the file. So this is the path. Click on the path. See here, this is the structure of the file. So this particular structure I want to import into the data stage. This is a one-time activity. So just click on import button. See here. So here also I need to select the first line is the column name, and it is the comma is the delimiter. And then go to define. So this is the structure of the file. So it is defining in the integer because all the values numbers. So click on OK. So it is writing the structure into data stage. Datastage repository. Here I am just storing the structure. Yes. So I'm done with the importing the structure. So close this. And again I'm opening the sequential file stage. So go to columns. So rather than manually entering the column names, so click on the load button in the bottom right corner. So click on the load button. So here there is a sequential in the table definitions folder. There is a sequential folder in these files. So this is the file emp.txt. So click on open. So these are the three columns we have available in the file. I'm just loading the structure into the data stage. So this is the way to set up the properties in sequential file stage. This is the way to read the data from the file. And after reading the data, go to a filter stage. Here, what is my filter condition? So based on my requirement, I want to filter the data on department number greater than 10. So here there is a where class. This is the filter stage. Here we have a where class. Here you can simply write DEPT number greater than 10. So this is the way to add the filter conditions. So I just added a where class here. And then here there are two options here. Output rejects equal to false. It means if you set it to true, output rejects to reject link. For example, if we have any records other than department number greater than 10, then we have an option to capture those records by using a reject link. So sometime back while explaining the fundamentals, I just explained you the reject link. So here after creating a link, if I right click on the link and click on the convert to reject, so this is a reject link. So this link can be, this link is an optional link to any stage. So by connecting this particular link, here if I select the output rejects equal to false, it means this particular stage will capture the records other than department number greater than 10. If any records got rejected, it will capture the rejected data. So I'm just selecting as a true. Then output row only once. So here also we have an option to remove the duplicates. So if any record is matching this condition multiple times, so it will match only one record. I don't want to remove the duplicates here because there are number of records greater than department number in my source. So I'm keeping it as a false. And then go to output. So in every stage we can see this particular screen. So we have to move the input data to output link, input structure to output link. So click on OK. So in the reject side also I will add one more stage. This is the file set. Okay. So here I'm passing the data to here and I'm passing the rejects to here. So first I will configure this remove duplicates. First I will configure this flow and at the end I will configure this file stage. So remove duplicates. So open the remove duplicate stage. So as per my requirement, remove the duplicate records on the employee number. I want to remove the duplicates on employee number. So here see I have to provide a key column. So we can provide the key column from the drop down. So as per my requirement, employee number will be the key. And then here one option is duplicates to retain. So it means if we found more than one record with the same number, with the same key column, like C, 1234 and 1234. So which record needs to be considered as a original record? So duplicate retain based on the first star select we can select. So we have only two options. First star select, we cannot consider the middle record as a original record. Okay. So as of now I'm just selecting the first record. Again going back to the output tab and pass the input structure to output link. So this particular thing we need to perform in all the stages. Click on OK. And then aggregator. So next step will be in aggregator. So in aggregator, so calculate, the next step will be calculate the sum of salary. So here I want to calculate the sum of salary on the department number, right? So here I need to select the group column. So I mean on what column when we need to perform the group by operation. So group by operation needs to be done on the department number. So I mean we need to calculate the sum of the salary for each department number, right? So group by is sum of the salary. Here aggregation type. Here there are three types of aggregations. So we can perform some calculation like minimum, maximum, sum, average, those type of things comes under the calculation. Or count rows. So we can count the number of rows on the group by column. We can count the rows also. It means it's a count function in the aggregates category. And recalculation means, for example, if you already perform some calculation, some group by some column, if you are applying again recalculation on the particular same aggregated data, then we can select the recalculation. So as of now, I'm simply selecting the calculation. So it means I want to calculate some calculation. See here, column for calculation. So on what column we have to perform the calculation. So I want to select the column as salary because I want to calculate the sum of salary, right? So from where we can select the sum function is in the bottom drop down, in the bottom available properties to add, we have number of properties. So minimum value, maximum value, mean value, missing value, and so sum. So this is the sum output column. So sum output column, here I need to provide one column. So the column is, I'm just giving the column name manually, it's a total salary. So it will calculate the total salary based on the department number. For each department, it will calculate the total salary. Go to output tab. So here I can see only two columns. I cannot extract the employee number and salary because so department number is only the column we have available in the group by. So whatever the columns we use in the group by, those columns only we will get as a output. So I'm just simply moving the column. So department number and salary. And then finally, this is the dataset stage. So in the dataset stage, so I'm just I have to load the data into a file. So I don't have any file here. So I'm just selecting emp underscore output. So this is the file. I'm just trying to load the data. Okay. And then update policy here, see append, create, overwrite, exist. There are different options. Append means we have an option to append to the existing file. Create error exists means if we give a create, if already file is present, then it will give the error message. So overwrite means simply it will remove that file and it will create the new file. Use existing discard records. It means it's a kind of a delete operation. So it will remove the records and it will use the same structure. Use existing discard schema and records. So it's a kind of a truncate operation. It will remove all the data including the column names and it will use that particular file. So as of now I'm just using the overwrite operation. So any questions in all these stages?
No.
And I am setting up the rejected link file also. Here I am capturing the rejected, right? So file set. And to file set. So here also I am just giving the file. So the file it has emp underscore rejects. emp underscore rejects.txt. So here a file set schema policy write or omit. So whether the schema should be written, schema in the sense, I mean the structure. So this one is the schema. So this one is the schema. I mean structure of the file. So whether we need to write the structure or we need to omit the structure. So I would like to display the structure. So file set policy here also same options, create, error if exists, overwrite, use existing, discard schema and records. Here also I'm just selecting the overwrite. And here you can see one more option, format. So in dataset we don't have a format option. Here we have the format option. Here I want to select the structure of the file, how we are expecting to display. So final data I'm expecting end. So delimiter, see I can provide any delimiter here. See for example in this case I will simply use the pipe symbol. And the quotes, I don't want to display any quotes. So I just selected the delimiter as a pipe. See, data will be displayed with the pipe delimiter here. Here if you see, I just read the data, filter the data, and based on the filter condition moving the data to forward, and whatever the records rejecting in the filter, I'm just capturing using a reject link and removing the duplicates on the employee number, and then aggregating the data on the salary column and the department number and loading the data into a file. Any questions?
No.
So I'm just saving the data, I'm just saving this job. Normally jobs will be saved in the jobs category. So after saving the job, compile the job. So this is the button to compile the job. So click on the compile button. I'm just compiling the job. So job successfully compiled with no errors. And then I'm just running the job. Click on the run button. So click on the run again, just confirmation. So job is running now. So meanwhile, so see, to read the data or to load the data, so I'm just using the different types of file stages. So what is the difference between these file stages is, so this is a sequential file. So when do we need to go for a sequential file, file set, data set? The difference is, so sequential file stage is a normal text file. So if you want to display the data in the output, then we can use the sequential file stage. But if you don't want to display the data, if you want to use the data in between two linked jobs, like for example, I have A, B, C, three jobs. After completing the A, B needs to be executed by using the A's output. In this case, we can use the dataset as a target file, because data sets are operating system files. These file sets are normal text files. We can see, we can open the file and we can view the data directly. But this data set, see the name, data sets are operating system files. So in data sets, data will be stored in internal format. It's like ones and zeros in binary format. So we cannot directly view the data in the data set. So if we create a data set, so here if you see, in this particular data set stage, I have given this particular file name emp underscore output. Normally we should give it as a .ds. The extension is .ds. emp output .ds. ds means dataset. So in this particular path, if we create a data set, internally it will create two files. Internally it will create two files. The one file will be descriptor file and the second file will be data file. So whatever the path we are providing here, emp underscore output.ds. So in this path, it will create the descriptor file. So in the descriptor file, we will have the location of the data file. It contains the location of the actual data file. So if you open that descriptor file, we cannot directly see the data. We can see only the location of the actual data file. If we go to that path, we can see the data in that data file. So this is the data set. But if you see the sequential file stage, if you see the sequential sequential file stage. So it's a normal text file. We can view the data directly, delete the data directly. We can move the file. It means we can copy the file from one place to another place. So this is the sequential file. But coming to the data set, it's an operating system file. If we use a data set, it will create two files internally. Internally create two files. So first one is the descriptor file, and second one is the data file. And store the data on partitions. Store the data in binary format. When we need to go for the data set is in linked jobs. In linked jobs, data sets will give the better performance. So this is the difference between the sequential file and the data set. And one more we have, that is the file set. So file set is also a kind of text file, but if you use a file set, internally it will create n number of file sets based on the size of the data, because the total size file set will accept is 2 GB. So for example, if you are processing 5 GB of data, it will create internally with 2 GB, 2 GB, 2 GB, like that 5 files will be created, because that is a file set. So see the diagram of the file set. So the logo itself, it is showing there are different files packed. So this is the file set. So these are the three different files we have available in Datastage. Any questions?
No.
So here we are using the filter stage to perform the filter condition. See here I just added a department number greater than 10. Here I have an option to add one more condition also, and some salary greater than some 1000, right? I can add one more condition by using the arithmetical operation, see, and or like that, right? So in the same way, so how we are performing the filter, in the same way we have one more stage in the data stage. One more stage. So that stage name is switch stage. You might aware the case statement in C language, right? So in the same way, switch stage will execute. I'm just showing you the switch stage also. So switch stage. See the switch stage, if I open it, so here I have to select one column as a selector column. It's a case statement, right? So in the case, first we will take one column and we will mention number of case statements on the scene column. So here I'm just selecting the case statement. In the case, I'm just selecting department number, and here I can select only equal to. I cannot select the greater than or less than. So here if you see, I cannot add the more conditions. It means I cannot add the conditions based on multiple fields. I can add only one condition. See, whatever the data matching to the department number equal to 10, it will pass to the output. And if not found, if any regards other than this, I have an option to capture. This is the same option in both the stages. But see here, in the previous stage, in the filter stage, I have an option to add the one more condition like salary greater than 2000. But here I don't have. If you want to filter the data only on a particular column, then we can use the switch stage. Otherwise, we cannot use the switch stage. We have to use the filter stage. And one more thing in the filter stage. So this is the switch. Any questions on the switch stage? See here. So the diagram also see. It is accepting one input and it is routing the data to multiple links, multiple outputs. So if we have one more link like this, then you can add one more case statement. So case. So case equal to some 30. It means department number 20 records will go to one link and department number 30 records will go to another link. And if you see here, I'm just removing the switch again. Again, I'm keeping the filter. So in filter stage also, we have an option to add n number of output links. So here I just written the condition like department number greater than 10 in one output, and in the predicts, see if I click on the predicts, here I can add one more where condition. So here I can write like salary greater than some 10,000. I can write like this. So here if you see, there are two where classes mentioned here, and also there are two output links. So for example, in this link I want to pass department number. In this link I want to pass salary matching records. So if you see here, this particular link I need to assign to the department number link. I mean, I want to pass the this particular way class matching records to the department number link. So see here, there is a link ordering tab here. In the link ordering tab, you can see the labels, the link labels mentioned here. The department number link label is 0 and salary link label is 1. These are the labels to identify the links. So here we have to use those labels. If I click on the where class, here in the available properties to add, it is asking me to add the output link. So to which link I need to pass the matching data, like department number greater than 10. Here I have to give 0 because this is needs to be passed to this department number 0 link. Department number 0 means it's a department number link. And here also I can add one more output link, and here also I can select the 1. So it means it will pass the salary greater than 1000 matching data to link label 1. It means a salary link. So this is how we need to assign the links to the particular outputs. Assign the where conditions to the particular links. Any questions?
No.
So in the same way, here I have created a data set, right? So in the same way, I have one more option. Sorry. For example, if you want to capture salary greater than 10,000 records into another file, for example, one more file stage we have available is a lookup file set. So this is also one type of file. So this is also one type of file where we can store the data. So here if I open this file, here I want to move the data first. See, in the output there is a department link and there are 3 other links also. So this DS link to 25, again I am just moving the data. DS link 10, here I cannot move the data because reject links we don't require to move the data. Links will be automatically capture the rejected data. See here, the currently selected link is a reject output link. Mapping from this type of link is not permitted. We don't require to select. Data will be automatically moved. So here in the filter stage, I have added one more link. This is a salary link. Okay. So in link ordering, this is the salary, for example, let us assume there is 1. So here, this is the one more stage actually. So here this stage, I mean by using this stage also we can save the data in the disk. It means this is also one type of file stage. So but this particular stage is used, this particular file is used to perform the lookup operation. So that I will explain in the further sessions. So there is a lookup stage is available. So further to give the input to the lookup stage, we can use this particular file type. So this file I'll explain while explaining the lookup stage. So this is one type of file. There are the 4 types of files actually: sequential file, file set, lookup file set, and the data set. Any questions in this job?
No.
Am I clear so far?
Yes.